The search for a new permanent leader at the Secret Service is underway following the resignation of Julia Pearson, the agency's first female director. Pearson left after a series of agents made a series of mistakes. Mark Albert is at the White House with more details.
Joe Clancy is taking over as the interim head of the Secret Service following the resignation of Director Julia Pearson. Clancy led the president's protective detail before retiring in 2011.
Right now, I think what they need is a little stability. I think Joe brings that. He's been there. He's been on the street. And so I think he's a perfect guy for this.
Pearson stepped down following a series of security lapses, including the White House fence jumper who made it into the executive mansion with a knife. Pearson also failed to notify the president a security contractor with a gun rode in an elevator with him in Atlanta.
The White House first learned of that incident yesterday afternoon, shortly before it was reported.
The White House brought in Pearson to clean up the Secret Service following a prostitution scandal involving agents in Colombia in 2012. But problems persisted.
There is a culture problem at the Secret Service.
Democrat Elijah Cummings met with Pearson and told her he didn't think she was up for the job.
When we have agents who are more willing and feel better about reporting problems with the agency to members of Congress as opposed to her, that's a problem.
Cummings says more changes, including some resignations, are probably needed at the agency. Mark Albert for CBS News, the White House.
Today is the first full day on the job for Tennessee's new Attorney General. Herbert Slatery was sworn in yesterday. He's the first Republican to hold the office since Reconstruction. Slatery previously served as Governor Haslam's legal counsel. By the way, Tennessee is the only state where the Supreme Court appoints the Attorney General. Mayor Karl says don't look to city tax dollars to save Studio A. Last night on Open Line, the mayor talked about efforts to save the historic studio from being turned into condos and retail space. He says he supports efforts to save it, but said it was not up to the city to step in.
You can make a strong argument for Studio A to be preserved. I think that is a philanthropic private sector endeavor that I would be supportive of.
The mayor says that Music Row and Printers Alley were created by the free market and are changing due to market forces of the last 30 years. Even more changes could be coming to another downtown mainstay. The Lower Broadway building home to the Boots & More store could soon become another bar. A report by the Tennessean indicates a group of Atlanta investors bought the property for $5 million and are planning a major renovation. It's believed a 3-story bar and restaurant will take the place of the Boots & More site.